This video will provide the basic information for setting up your Rudolph density meter. We also will discuss a manual injection using a syringe to make measurements and the various steps required to do so. After turning on your Rudolph density meter using the switch in the back, allow 10 to 15 minutes for appropriate warm-up time. If the measurements you're making are more than 10 degrees away from ambient, it is advisable to permit as much as a half hour for appropriate warm-up time. Additionally, if you care to, you may leave the instrument on 24/7. Next, you'll wish to adjust the screen for your comfort and best use. Next, you'll need to take the silicone tubing as supplied in the no charge kit and cut two pieces. The first piece being approximately 12 inches long or 30 centimeters. A second piece slightly shorter, 8 inches or approximately 20 centimeters in length. Next, we'll need to insert the supplied male-lure adapter into the tubing. Place one piece in each piece of tubing. We'll now take the prepared tubing, the longer one first. The longer one is inserted into the air outlet pump, and the shorter tubing will take the lure end, and that's inserted into the outlet or the back nozzle of the density meter. This drain tubing is then inserted into the waste container. The density meter is now prepared to use. The steps we've covered so far can be found detailed in the Quick Start Guide, which is located in the No Charge Kit. Additionally, on the back side is discussed the measurement process. The remainder of this video will outline that process. Prior to making a measurement, there are three considerations. The first is the glass U-tube completely cleaned and dry. The second consideration is the density meter set at the proper temperature for your measurement. And lastly, we need to consider, are the values on the display currently those values of interest? We'll discuss each of these individually. The first thing we need to check is to determine if the glass cell is completely dry and clean prior to a measurement. Now, we could do this visually. We could just look in the viewing window, which provides a full view of the glass tube, or Rudolph's video view, which provides a magnified view of the glass tube. However, this visual inspection is not 100% certain. What I would suggest doing instead, just measure the density that's inside the glass U-tube. The density of air should be approximately 12 in the fourth decimal place. In other words, 0.0012 grams per cubic centimeter. This will give you a surety that the instrument truly is clean and dry and ready to use. The density of air does vary somewhat due to barometric pressure and relative humidity, but it should not vary more than 1 count in the fourth decimal place. If the air density varies more than 1 count in the fourth decimal place, two possibilities. One is that it truly isn't clean and dry, that the air density has been changed due to some debris, dirt, or moisture remaining in the glass U-tube, or the instrument could be slightly out of calibration. Calibration will be discussed in a separate video where we'll discuss how to do a 2-point air and water calibration. As far as cleaning, it'll be discussed a little bit later in this video. The second consideration is whether the temperature that's currently set on the density meter is that temperature that you wish to use for your measurements. Temperature may be changed two different ways. One on the front panel is a means of accessing temperature change. Additionally, by using the method button, you can select other methods. The temperature is defined in each method. Lastly, we need to be concerned with what values are being displayed on the touchscreen. Currently, we're in the method density, and we're displaying both density and specific gravity. However, if you wish to change that, you may do so very easily by going to Method and selecting other methods where other values may be displayed.